Hello everyone, 안녕하세요. 大家好, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leilani Soon, and thank you so much for being here today on this channel. We talk about pageants and dances, worship, personal development, and culture and language things. So if you like any of those things, we welcome you. Today I have this, and what is this? This is a crown, as you all know. It's a tiara. And I want to talk about something that will help you to win this, and not only this, but help you to just in your daily life to wear your invisible crown. I guess that's one good way of saying it. I know that's a quote. I can't remember who said it, but I appreciate that. So as you can see, you know, why do we like this? We like it because it's shiny, it's beautiful. It draws people. When we're little, who didn't like watching pageants? I mean, maybe some people didn't, but I loved it. I was watching pageants all the time. Like, we want the crown. Who's gonna win? Like, who is performing well? So I think something that will help us to win the crown is having confidence in ourselves as the queen of ourselves and the queen of our own lives. So it's easy to say, oh, we should have more confidence, but I will share that, growing up, somehow, I didn't feel very confident in myself. And I think a lot of young women, young girls, young women, and even women and men, I mean, maybe everyone, we could struggle with kind of not knowing who we are and just kind of looking around to try to find help to discover who we are, which is not bad. But at the same time, I found now at this point in life that the sooner we can know ourselves better and faster, the better it's going to be. And the more clear that we can be on what we like, what we don't like, what makes us happy, what does not make us happy, what feels good and is like a yes, and what does not feel good and feels like a no. These things will help us so much. Like, it'll just help your confidence because you can say with assurance that yes, if this feels like a yes, it's probably good. If this feels like you're not sure, it's probably a no. I've learned this from a lot of experience, and we're still learning. I'm still learning. So confidence, part of it is knowing yourself and being good, being comfortable in your own skin, and being able to share, graciously with people that may be asking you to help with many things. And it's great to be asked to help, but we don't want to get to the point of burning out. Like, burnout does not help anybody's confidence. It really takes it, so speaking from experience. So if you're feeling like just overwhelmed, try to go back to your center of what feels like a natural yes, and then what feels like a question. You could sit with the stuff that's a question a little bit longer, or ask for input from your friends or family or people that know you pretty well. But yeah, so that's something that will help your confidence, is being able to know yourself and know what your bandwidth is, know what you can handle well and then what you cannot, and being able to, as my friend Kelehua says, manage expectations. Like, I'm still learning how to manage expectations, because people could think that, that you have so much time and you are available and you would do it because you've always done it in the past. But to be able to stand up for yourself will also help to build your confidence, as I'm learning. And then another part is just, I think, if you're like me, and I know you're out there, sis, even as women, like, you want to help everyone. You do have a high achiever capacity, and so you do take on a lot, you do a lot, you do it well, but at the same time, It could be like increasing the stress level, which is not good for you, you know, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Like we don't want to burn out. So like just knowing what how to manage the expectations, and then, you know, how to have time for yourself, to give yourself self-care, to, you know, treat yourself and think of yourself as someone that you really love. Like example, like your spouse, or your parent or your child. Like you really love these people and they do deserve your time and attention the best that you can. But then at the same time, you'd also want to make sure that you have time for yourself, and to be able to, that you are filled, that you are poured into, that you are refreshed, so that you are able to share out of the overflow that God pours into you, that others pour into you, and that you pour into yourself. So these things will also help your confidence, because when you feel good and you know that you are taking care of yourself, and that gives you the bandwidth to care for others, then you're on a good path. You're on a good path. Another thing that helps confidence is being healthy. Like the basic building blocks of health are so important. I'm learning this again. Things that are so basic, like sleeping at least a decent amount of hours, probably 8. Drinking a lot of water, at least 8 glasses a day, probably, I don't know, honestly, I think it's supposed to be a gallon a day, or as much as you can. Maybe most of us, or a lot of people, don't drink enough water. So to be reminded, like I try to remind myself, hydration is very important. And then eating nutritious, life-giving food, nourishing food that feeds ourselves and gives our body the building blocks that it needs to help us heal, to repair. Sleep also helps us to heal. So, you know, all these things. And exercise. Exercise releases endorphins, as we all know, releases the feel-good reaction in our brain. And so exercise is actually, and also when we exercise, we look better because we feel better and we look better. We tone up. When you're toned and you're fit, you are confident, right? Yes, I know that we know this, because we've also experienced when we are not fit and toned and we don't feel that confident, because that was me. Like, that was not that great. So I'm telling you, and I'm telling myself, these are some keys to help you feel confident, and also visualizations and verbal affirmations that you keep listening to and saying out loud, to affirm to yourself that, you know, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are enough, actually, without even doing anything else, because God made you in his image. He made us in his image. But at the same time, I know for myself, and I think a lot of us do, that there are usually always areas where we can be improving and becoming a better version of ourselves. So I highly encourage you to just think about these things. And if any of them help you to increase your confidence, I would love to hear your stories and how they have helped you, or any other tips you have for building confidence. Like, please feel free to share them in the comments below. We love to help each other and support each other as people in how we can increase our confidence. I think also another part of that confidence is trusting yourself and knowing that when you say you're going to do something, that you're going to do it. You keep your promise to yourself and to other people. Sometimes you can be really good at keeping promises to other people, and then not as good keeping promises to yourself, or making time for yourself to do the things that you know would really help you, such as working out in the morning, or sleeping earlier, or getting, you know, if you distract yourself, like I have distracted myself, I'm not gonna lie, but let's just, you know, the point is we want to all get on a better track. So please share your thoughts and ideas for building confidence below. Also, please join our free Skool group where we talk about all these kind of cool personal development, pageant, how to improve yourself, how to become your best self, public presentation wise, through your style, through your speech, through how you present and how you share yourself and your heart with the world. Also dance is worship, and culture and language. So welcome you to join, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. So 감사합니다. mahalo nila. 谢谢大家. See you. 안녕.